Right, so this is another solution to integral exercise level 1 on partial fractions. This time it's question 2, so 3 linear factors this time, and it's asked us to find the values of a, b and c. So what we want to do is imagine that we were going to be adding up a, b and c. We would want to make a common denominator. So to do that we would need to multiply a by x plus 2 and 2x plus 3. We would need to multiply b by x minus 1 and 2x plus 3. And we would need to multiply c by x minus 1 and x plus 2. And that would then be all over those 3 factors. And that would still be equal to this, 3x plus 2 over x minus 1, x plus 2, 2x plus 3. And now we can see, since this is an identity, the numerators will be equal. 3x plus 2 is identical to a. Alright, so now what we want to do is try and substitute in some strategic values which will allow some of the terms to disappear. So the first value I'm going to substitute in is negative 2, because I want this bracket to disappear. So if I substitute in negative 2, so I get 3 times negative 2, which is negative 6 plus 2, and that will become 0. This one I'm going to get negative 2 minus 1, so that's negative 3. And here I'm going to have negative 4 negative 4 minus 3, which is negative 7. Oh, that should be plus. I knew this was sounding wrong. Yes, that's plus. So that's negative 4 plus 3, sorry. So that's going to be negative 1. And that's times b. And then here, if I substitute in negative 2, that's going to cancel. So I'm going to have 0. That's going to be 0. So the whole term will be 0. And now here I'm going to have negative 4 equals 3b. So b is going to equal negative 4 over 3. Okay, so that's one of my values. Next thing I'm going to substitute in is, I want this bracket to become 0. So to do that I need negative 3 over 4. So here I did x equals negative 2. Here I'm going to do x equals negative 3 over 4. And I'm going to have over here negative, good grief, I keep making mistakes, negative 3 over 2 minus 9 over 2 plus 2. Then here that one's going to become 0 because that's 0. Here that one's going to become 0 because that's 0. Then over here I'm going to have negative 3 over 2 minus 1, which is negative 5 over 2. Then negative 3 over 2 plus 2 is a half times c. Then simplifying this down, minus 9 over 2 plus 2 is 5 over 2. Negative 5 over 2. And then that's going to be negative 5 over 4c, which is going to give me c equals 2. Okay. Then lastly, I want to get this x minus 1 bracket to disappear wherever that comes up, so that's going to be x equals 1. So substituting in x equals 1, I end up with 3 plus 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. 2 times 1 plus 3 is 5. That's times a. That bracket's going to cancel, so that will be 0. That bracket's going to cancel, so that will be 0. And I'm left with 5 equals 15a. So a equals 1/3. Right, and those are my 3 values. So a equals 1/3, b equals negative 4 over 3, and c equals 2.